I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim. Show me evidence there was a gunshot before midnight. Well, if you want evidence to prove that there was a gunshot before midnight, well, there it is. The pistol. It fired 3 bullets. Two of them were heard by the other witnesses at the time of the murder, after midnight. And a 3rd secret bullet, which is actually the one Larry heard before midnight. Yeah, there you go. This is my evidence. The murder weapon? Indeed, Your Honor. Man, and I kept talking about the pistol and that it fired 3 times, but we couldn't present before. Now we can finally present it to the court as clear evidence. I guess you could say that before I was really gung-ho about this pistol. Hey! You suck! Something about this pistol was bothering me, Your Honor. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When, then, was the last shot fired? Only now have I realized the truth. That 3rd shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight. Order! Order! I guess that would make sense out of yesterday's testimonies. Bah! You've wasted our time again with your empty statements. Yes, the pistol was fired 3 times. But do you have any proof that it was fired before midnight? Proof that it was fired before midnight? Oh gee, I don't know. I don't think we even have evidence to back it up. Oh no! Do you have proof that the witness didn't just think he heard something? Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Do you have evidence to prove there was a gunshot before midnight? Do you have evidence that proves Mr. Butts wasn't just hearing things? Oh no! This is it! This is our end, Nick! There is no evidence to back it up! We are doomed! Oh wait, no we're not! Cousin! We have this leak photo that we got from Lola Hart recently. Look at this photograph. This was taken by our witness yesterday, Miss Lola Hart, with her automatic camera. The timestamp of the photo reads December 24, 11:50 p.m. Oh, yeah? But there's nothing on the lake in this picture. Your Honor, the real issue here is not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It is why this photograph exists at all. Indeed. The timestamp says 11:50 p.m., which is before midnight. And, well, there is just an empty lake there. But what is important about it is that the camera took a picture of this lake when a loud noise happened. Like the 3rd secret bullet that Larry heard. What do you mean? Your Honor, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. That camera was set to go off in response to loud noises. Correct. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 p.m. That is why this photograph was taken. In other words, there was a gunshot at the time that Larry claims. Order. Order. That would make sense of the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen that night on the lake. Exactly. If this is true, there were 2 sets of gunshots, separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50, another at 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you? Why? Why? Well, it's simple. It is because the bullet was feeling really sad and left the pistol to go somewhere quiet and contemplate on his decisions in life. Uh-oh, I better think of something quick. Wait a second. Gunshot separated by 25 minutes. Ah!
What's wrong, Nick?
What, did you realize something? I have it. I have it!
Huh?
Remember the case with the steel samurai?
Huh? Yeah, of course I remember.
The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in that case.
What do you mean?
Maya,
Yes?
if we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edgeworth's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch, and I'm going to run with it.
Right. I mean, is this safe?
Safe? Well, you already gotten a guilty verdict. You have nothing to lose. You just watch and let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, okay? Alright, well, we are counting on you, Nick.
Right, Nick.
Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright? The testimony just now has cleared up this entire case. Oh? What do you mean, Mr. Wright? So, you finally realize the truth. There can be no other murderer here than Mr. Miles Edgeworth himself. Wrong, Bon Karma. A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting. Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, 1 boat was on that lake. This was shown by the witness's photograph. The defendant, Edgeworth, and the victim, Robert Hammond, were on that boat. There was a gunshot fired on that boat, and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. It couldn't have been suicide. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on the boat. I admit, it is hard to imagine any other possibility. Yes, but this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight. What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? We have photographic evidence of the time of the shooting. The timestamp of the photo says 00:15. But Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. That's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent. Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? Explain who this is sitting on the boat. Huh. Very interesting. The good old switcheroo spell. The murderer must have wanted to make us think that the one that got shot and killed right there was Hammond. But it was actually the murderer. Huh. That could actually be it. Of course, it was Edgeworth and the murderer. What's The murderer wanted to confuse us. An illusion of the mind. One that will get us on the wrong track. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth. What? Are you serious? Yes, Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place. I'm not sure what to make of all this. Ludicrous! Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then. The murderer's name? Right, it's... Well, the funny part about this is that we don't know the name of the murderer. Actually, I don't know the murderer's name. You don't know? Nope, not at all. The murderer's name is a complete mystery. But I can say for sure that it wasn't Edgeworth or Lotta Hart, but somebody else. Bah! Again, you waste my time. I don't know because he never told us. Here comes the juicy part. Of course we don't know the name of the murderer because he never told us. And I think you, Mr. Von Karma, can deduce who we are referring to. The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop, that old man. The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop, that old man. At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond. The caretaker of the boat shop? Where did he do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then. Why would he have to go all the way out on the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest that the real scene of this crime was not in the boat? Yep. Given that we're talking about a different time of murder, like as of now, the real scene of the crime is somewhere else. What? Well then, where did the murder take place? Show the judge where the murder really took place. Where did the murder take place? Honestly, I do have to wonder, where did it take place? I mean, Lotta Hart was right here near the car. I don't think it would be her. I mean, she was right there all night. Well, if we're talking about the caretaker, then it could very well be at his house, maybe. Here, of course, the boat shop where he lives. That way he could meet with the victim without anyone seeing. Yeah, that would be the most logical place to choose for murder. Somewhere where both of them wouldn't be seen.
Objection!
Do you have proof that the boat shop was the scene of the crime? Recall Larry's testimony, if you will. That night, he was out on the lake in a boat, searching for something. He finds it and returns the boat, Then, just as he's starting to head for home, he hears a gunshot. Ah, okay. That would actually explain it. He heard a gunshot, Your Honor, even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. And where would that be if he had just returned the boat? The boat shop.
Ta-da!
Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Court Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning. Ah, the good old closing argument. Cue the song. You're such a party pooper. Yes, Your Honor.
Nick, are you sure about this?
Not really. Can't say that I will. Well, can't say that I am 100% sure either. I mean, what happened on that boat after midnight is still a mystery, what with the 2 shots, and the murderer somehow surviving when they fell in the water. But you are offering a possibility that will make Edgeworth innocent, with evidence to back it up too, so you are doing a fantastic job, Nick. We have to keep going. But I think if I start at the very beginning, and I take it slow, I might just be able to figure this out. That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. This was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. He became Robert Hammond. Then he got in the boat with Edgeworth and went out into the middle of the lake. Then who fired the pistol on the boat, Mr. Wright? Yeah, look at this. If we are going by what the Phoenix is telling us, that Hammond got killed by the old men in the shop, it is very possible for the shot to go at approximately 1 meter away. Therefore, that shot that killed Robert Hammond doesn't really apply in the boat scenario anymore. But, okay, well, in that case, it would be impossible for Edgeworth to have used a pistol in the first place, because it was with the old man all the time. I mean, we're talking about the same pistol that was used to kill Robert Hammond, and the pistol that Edgeworth touched. So, I'm gonna choose the boat shop caretaker. Of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice. Both missed Edgeworth on purpose. Wait a minute. Yes? Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone? Details. Know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanation is the moment you lose. Tell us why the murderer had to fire twice. It could be to create a witness. To alert the witness of the moment the murder happened. In which case, it would be a lot of heart. I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honor. Create a witness? Yeah, I mean, granted it is late at night. But the boat caretaker surely must have thought that somebody would be there, near the lake, to witness the first shot. And then somebody would look at the direction of the lake and see that there were 2 people on the boat, and see that somebody would fall Thus, they would create a witness. The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That ensures that anyone who heard the shots would look at the lake. Indeed, Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first shot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and he fires again. Then, the murderer jumps from the boat himself. Ah, of course! That is also a possibility. We all assumed that the one that fell on the water was the victim, Robert Hammond, and thought that that is how he got killed. But given the fact that we're talking about the murderer here, who is still alive, there is also a new possibility that he faked his death to make the witnesses think that Robert Hammond died, like right there, because of Edgeworth. But it was actually the old man, like jumping off the boat, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him. I see. To someone looking from the edge of the lake, it would appear that one of the men on the boat had shot the other. The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice to draw attention to the boat. Once you realize that, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop. Then he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the body and threw the body into the lake. This is what happened, Your Honor. These are the events that transpired that night on Gourd Lake. Bravo! Bravo, Nick! I am quite amazed. And now, we shall conclude this display of epicness by showing you another magic spell. Here I have an apple. Watch as I will make it float. Look, look! Oh! It keeps going up and up. How did I do that? How did I do that? I believe you all know the answer to that. Bailiff, bring out the witness from before. The boat shop caretaker, quickly. Very well. While we are waiting for the caretaker, I would like to ask the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand. Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defense has said? Yes. Well, why did you go to the lake that night? Come on, Edgeworth. Tell us the truth. All you have to do is say exactly what Phoenix told us, and you will be declared innocent. Or maybe not yet, but we are on the good track if you can do this. What Wright has said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Yes. Several days ago, I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss with me. Something important? Sorry, I cannot say what it was. Your Honor! Sir! Bailiff, we are conducting a trial here. I ask that you remain quiet. The witness has disappeared! He isn't at the boat shop either! What? Uh-oh. Well, I guess that settles it. The boat caretaker is the one that did it. What should I do? Find him, quickly. We cannot allow him to get away. Mr. Von Karma, Your witness has disappeared. You have lost another battle today, Mr. Manfred von Stinkend Trottel. Ooh, what's this behind your ear? Ah, a coin. This must be your reward for today's trial, Manfred. You can take this and shove it up your a-hole. A search warrant has already been issued. It goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I will extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilize all its forces to find that witness. Am I understood? One more thing. Just who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him, and I want to know who he is. Very well. Court is adjourned. Well, that was another success. Time for me to go back to my usual getup. Lovely.
Yay, Nick! You did it!
Yeah. Well, at least we got out from under that guilty verdict.
What about Larry? That was something else. Even when Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out.
Sure. Once I've sifted through his unique testimony. Still, he did save us. I just wish our cases weren't so down to wire all the time. Well, it cannot be helped, Nick. This is how it's going to be for years and years to come, as we go through this together. It's never going to be easy.
I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients.
Hey, Edgeworth.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Did you say something?
That looks so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably going to get off the hook. You can try to smile just a little. Relax!
Oh, come on, Edgeworth. Just a little longer and you will be safe from the verdict of guilty. I am waiting for the day that I will finally be able to yell your name off the top of my lungs once again. Like, once we succeed, and everything becomes peaceful again. I am waiting for the day. I'm sorry. But I fear it's not over for me yet. But what do you mean? Right. There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now. And I don't know whether or not to tell you. Edgeworth? No. There's so little time left. I want to tell you, to get it off my chest, but... I cannot make up my mind. What is this about, Edgeworth? It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. A crime you committed? A memory of a murder. December 27, 2:11 p.m. Writing call law offices.
What was Mr. Edgeworth talking about?
A memory of a crime that I committed. A memory of murder.
Really think Mr. Edgeworth killed...
Well, I cannot say that we are talking about the same case over here. What with the boat caretaker and all. I don't believe it. Not Edgeworth. Some painful memory has been troubling him recently. But he'd never take someone's life. Never.
Nick.
Yo! How's everyone doing? Ah, here comes the butts once again. What do you think of my performance today? I had them swooning in the eyes. Huh, man?
Swooning? Me?
Alright, take it easy. But take it easy.
Oh, yes. I do remember feeling faint.
Right on. Tell me the truth. It was like love at first sight, right? Mary? Right, Nick? Yeah? Me? Oh. Well, isn't that right, Nick? Didn't you feel faint? Weren't you feeling faint too? At Larry's sight? Yeah, well, maybe my heart skipped a bit or two. But not the way that you think, Larry. You can do better than that. Oh? What's this? A possible love triangle? But then Larry is rejecting that idea, it seems. Come on, I said Edgeworth in there, dude. Edgy. You guys should be bowing before me. Yeah, bow before your hero. Sure thing, Larry, sure thing. Okay, well, let's talk about some stuff, I guess. About today's trial. Larry, you really helped out in the trial today.
You did! If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would have been found guilty.
But seriously, Nick, that boat shop caretaker guy is pretty suspicious. But Edgy didn't off the hook yet.
Way to spoil the mood, Larry.
Hey, I'm just a guy sitting in the audience, you know. But from where I was sitting, Edgy seemed pretty edgy. Trust me, Larry, we've used the pun before. It didn't work so well, so it's not gonna work on us anymore. I mean, can you really know he's telling the truth about that night?
Nick?
I don't know. But what I do know is I'm going to believe in you two until the end. Us two?
Edgeworth and who else? You mean me, right?
Yeah, he means me, right, Nick? Yeah, you, Larry.
Not me?
Oh. Phoenix, what are you thinking? Why are you not thinking of Maya as well?
But why you, Larry?
Actually, yeah, why me, Nick? I mean, even Larry is having a hard time believing that Phoenix would think of him a little bit.
Enough with the silent treatment.
Phoenix? Don't be a dick. I'm just saying.
Nick, why do you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much? I mean, he's changed recently, true. But when we first met him, he was kind of a jerk, don't you think?
You didn't know him back then. Back when he wanted to become a defense attorney.
Wait, was that when you two were classmates?
Yes. In grade school. They saved me, Miles, and Larry. They saved me and I'll never forget it. Huh? That's why I became a defense attorney, you know. That's why you became a defense attorney. Larry and Miles helped you?
What? Hey, Larry, what's he talking about?
Huh? Sorry, I kind of forgot. Nah, you didn't, Larry. Come on, you're You're ruining the moment over here.
Okay, Nick, I'll read it. I'm going to hear the story today, and that's final.
Okay, okay. It's kind of a long story, so hang in there. It was the beginning of spring, 4th grade. I was on a trial, a class trial.